the Carnegie. Are you aware that the Carnegie is interested in leasing out Powdermill Nature Reserve to the oil and gas industry? Please tell them no. No fracking way.
Tell the Carnegie,
Don't frack the Powdermill.
tell the Carnegie,
Don't frack the Powdermill.
tell the Carnegie.
Don't frack the Powdermill.
Hi, my name's Eliana. I'm in 5th grade. I think that hydrofracking at the Carnegie is a really bad thing because if they frack here, the poisonous gases from the rocks will come up and hurt us and everyone around here. I also did a science project about hydrofracking for school. I think it's a bad thing and I think we should stop it.
Powdermill is a very unique resource in southwestern Pennsylvania. It's a landscape with a relatively intact forest and stream ecosystem on it, and it's a large area with an intact ecosystem on it, which has really unique ecological value in the region because there just aren't as many places like this as there once were. And the impacts of gas drilling on an ecosystem like this would be profound.
We think, all of us out here think, that the Carnegie Museum should be setting an example and educating people about the problems with fracking. Instead, they are contemplating fracking themselves. I'd like to say, if they do this, the Carnegie Museum of Natural History might become a Carnegie Museum of Natural Gas and will become a part of history. And we don't want that to happen. We love the museum and we are here to protest their decision and we want them to stop this fracking. Thank you.
Natural history, not natural gas. Natural history, not natural gas.
Okay, so tell me, where are we? Oh, no, sorry. Who are you? Where are we? What's going on here today?
All right, Charlie McAllister, and we're in front of the Carnegie Museum because we're concerned about possible gas drilling or gas pipelines crossing one of the most pristine parts of central Pennsylvania, the Powdermill Nature Reserve.
And can you tell me a little bit about the history of the Powdermill Nature Reserve and why it would be a problem doing this?
Yeah, my understanding in that area is Ligonier and the Mellon estates, and there were all the top corporate people in Pittsburgh had homes up there and had interlocking properties. But there was a separate piece of land, I'm pretty sure this is the background, that there was a separate piece of land that they got later, very pristine, but was used basically as a hunting reserve for these wealthy families. And that, after a while, people hunt less, except for Dick Cheney, who came up and killed, I think, 120 pheasants in a morning.
And almost killed his friend.
Yeah, well, that was down in Texas. But here he killed, over 100 ducks and hundreds of pheasants. And they then fed them to Republicans at dinners. And guys throw them out of cages. They're Chinese golden pheasants, not native borns. They throw them out of hedges, and these guys shoot down an alley and massacre by the hundreds. Cheney did that one morning out near this area of Powdermill. But Powdermill was a reserve, I think, and then later it became too expensive, so they gave it to the Carnegie to get out from taxation and property taxes. I believe that's the background.
So how did Powdermill, and for that matter other nature reserves in southwestern PA, avoid the trappings of the coal industry?
Well, yeah, that's
And why are we now, if they were able to survive the coal industry, how is it now that we're having difficulty?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much coal was up in that area and how deep it was. That's generally low coal area, 3 foot high. We're not talking Pittsburgh seam, 8 foot coal seams here. So it's a tougher geology. It's also where the ridges start, so you got the compression, and you have much tougher Somerset area, all the Q Creek and all that. These are very complex mines because they're not.
Reserve or reserve! Reserve or reserve! Reserve or reserve! Reserve or reserve! Reserve